All right. So when we run this game, I want to show you something, and it's something that is kind of neat that I'm going to add in here. So I'm going to push play, and what I want to do is add in kind of an outline to this. All right. And how do I do that? Well, let's go up to our game scene.swift, and we'll go all the way up to the top. And you can add a stroke to an SK label node, at least not yet. I hope they do that sometime. We're going to call this LBL offset, make it equal to SK label node. And let's go down to our first main label here, okay? So I'm going to literally copy this, and we're going to call this spawn LBL offset, okay? And it's going to be LBL main or LBL offset, and we're just going to simply do this here, LBL offset, okay? And we'll say this is LBL offset. So what we're going to do is we're going to spawn the LBL offset, except for we're going to see how we have this main position start here. What we're going to do is we're going to add in a temporary, say we'll call this, and actually what we can do is we can set the offset to be a little bit different. So first things first is let's go back to the offset, and we're going to actually use the green title color. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to LBL offset.z position, and we're going to make it equal to -1. So we're going to put it somewhere in the background. Or what we can do is we can make it equal to 1, and we can make the main equal to LBL main.z position is equal to 2. So we're always putting the main in front and then the z position in the second here. Okay. So what we need to do is let's add in another function. We'll say function set up offset label. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll call this offset label. We'll go set up offset label, and we'll say if is if we'll say if is collecting is double equal to true. Okay, and we could do this here, but we'll say, for example, LBL offset dot font size is equal to LBL main dot font size. So what this is going to do is it's going to set the font size here of LBL offset to whatever the font size of main is, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to LBL offset dot text is equal to LBL main dot text. And this way, what it's going to do is it's just going to set that here as well. And because it's being set up with the override function, that's going to be set up here. So let's just take a look at this here. So we'll see that we push play here. And, right now it's being set up the same way here. So let's add in a temporary variable. We'll call this offset position is equal to, and we're going to say this is the LBL position start here. And in fact, we don't even need to do that here. We could just say LBL offset dot position is equal to LBL main dot position as well. LBL main dot position. Okay. Now what we could do is we could add in a CG point to this here. Okay, and we'll say that it is an offset, and we wanted to move it a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right here. Okay, now we can do this here, and it's saying that you can apply a binary operator. So what we need to do instead is we need to make it equal to a CG point. Okay, and the X is going to be LBL main dot position dot x, right? And we're going to add in, let's say, 10 pixels. And then we're going to go to LBL main dot position dot y, and then we're going to add in 10 pixels as well. Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to set the offset here. Okay, so I'm just going to add in that there, and there we go. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So what this is going to do is it's going to set it as an offset here. Okay, and of course the reason why it's not working is we have to spawn it. So let's go here up to the top, and we'll call this spawn LBL offset. So let's run that. And this is a great way to get a kind of outline here. Okay, and you can see that that's kind of cool, right? 2, 1, and then 0. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now 10 by 10 is a bit too much. So let's maybe make it 5 by 5. And we could probably even go as close as 2, 1, or somewhere around 5 here. So let's take a look at that here. So that actually looks kind of cool. Yeah, I think that looks kind of neat. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now, what we can also do is change the position of it. So if we make it -5, and let's actually make it -2. And we'll make them both the same. And you can actually play around with these offsets if you wish. So let's take a look at this here, and there we go. That actually is looking pretty good. And I'm going to say 4 pixels. Let's give it 4. All right. And there we go. And we can play around with this if you want. But that way, you can see that it works here. And you can also see that it's in front. All right. And there you go. And then we need to make sure that the second one comes down as well. Okay. And I'll show you how to do that in the next tutorial.